saying, man, if the streets ain't talking about you, man. If I can't spin a block and find out about you, man, the people ain't about you, man. That's just what it is, you know?
But I got you.
Talk about it, man. The streets, man.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. Say I need church. I talk dirty. Put my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first though.
It's your boy Butta, and I'm back with another episode of that Streets First podcast. You already know how your boy do. I goes out and I brings them out. I'm outside. I'm in Harlem. You dig? Tios, Tequila, and Taco Bar. I'm with the owners. This right here is on Lenox Avenue. There's many more. There's another one on St. Nick and 119th. There's another one coming on Broadway. But I'll let the owners get into that. First and foremost, my guy Rocky. We go way back. His wife Carol, she's in the building. We're gonna let the ladies go first. Carol, finally, I get a chance to sit down and talk with you. I'm so happy to be here. Can you please let the people know, just your whole background, where you from, everything that you've been doing when it comes to being in the food and the beverage business. I would really love for the listeners to know what's right here in Harlem.
Thank you for having us. I'm from Chile.
Okay.
South America.
Yes.
Yes, and I came to this country a few years ago. I say a few years, but it's really many, many years.
Okay.
And no English, no money, big dream. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to school here. I graduated. I work in many different places.
Wow.
With no English, by saying okay, yes, okay, I was hired.
Entrepreneurship on the rise.
And then I'm a restaurateur by nature because my family in Chile, that's all we do.
Okay.
So I wanted to do the same thing here, but here it's a little harder. You gotta pay high rent. You gotta please a lot of people.
Yes, you do.
And the city is a little harder than any other city.
Okay.
So, but you gotta find your way. When you're dreaming, you gotta do the right thing behind your dream. Other than that,
the dreams is coming alive. I see them.
Other than that, you might not make it happen. But you gotta be persistent.
Okay.
And been living in the Bronx, in Washington Heights, so getting to know New York.
You're tapping into the communities.
Right.
Okay.
I ended up in Harlem.
That's the best place to be, the capital of New York City.
Absolutely, yes. Everybody knows Harlem around the world.
That's right.
Yes, and so I when I first saw this corner, I thought it was a beautiful corner. Okay. What I love about Lenox Avenue, see how wide these roads are?
Yes.
We don't find this any
That's
other
right.
place.
That's right.
So I was able to see that beauty.
Okay.
And this corner was kind of abandoned. And I put it back to life.
Brought it back to life.
Yes, because everybody was kind of not agree.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were like, how you gonna do this? This is 14 years ago. How you gonna do this on this corner? Don't you know how dangerous this might be for you? Because of, I'm lighter.
You have a dreamer. We have a dreamer here, a visionary here, 14 years ago, but we here now.
Right, and I said, and everybody mentioned to me that it will not last because I didn't have no liquor license. I was not allowed to.
Wow.
Because it was a church. I don't know if you remember, it was a church right there.
Right across the street before they built that building.
So that intervened with you having a license,
Rules
a
and
liquor
regulations
license.
of the state. Okay.
Right. So it was only wine bar. And everybody was saying, Harlem, we don't do wine. 14 years ago, we don't do wine.
That
we do
is true.
whiskey. We do Hennessy, but we don't do wine here. And I'm like, oh my God, the place is already rented.
Yes.
So I'm like, what am I gonna do? They don't do wine here. So I created all type of different cocktails with wine, based on wine.
Okay.
And champagne.
Wow.
So this is how I made it true.
So can you explain, before I get to you, Rock, come on, I know you're patiently waiting, but you know, but being that you speaking about the difference, can you talk about the Tios beverage? I mean, enlighten people on what it's like to run a tequila bar that now has these beverages that you can buy, if I'm not mistaken, to go. Like you're doing
Absolutely,
like six
yes.
packs, they're in cans.
Yes. We have 6 flavors.
Oh, you have 6? Oh,
Yeah, we got 6 flavors. It's all made in house. And the recipes are coming from my mother.
Wow, keep it in the family. Okay.
Yes, I learned how to make all type of sangrias from her.
Okay.
So this is, and I always wanted to do this, but you know, COVID came around, and this was sitting on my phone. This dream was sitting on my phone, and when this young man came around, he was looking pictures on my phone. He was checking my pictures, so he saw this beautiful can.
Okay.
It wasn't like that. That design was not like that. He perfected it, and he brought it to life.
Now this is how...
That was dead in my phone.
This is how you bring them in.
Right.
See, you saw how, see, I told you, it goes from just a regular conversation that you wouldn't even notice how this is an interview.
Right.
Mastermind.
Right, the mastermind is right
Mastermind, live on Linux.
It's from 131st Street in Lennox.
Let me give
made in Harlem.
Let me give them a little bit of our history of where me and you have met. You know what I mean? Yeah. Through being in Harlem together, growing up, you know what I mean? When I first played at the Rucker, I played for Vacant Lot. Right. You gave me my first shot up there at Rucker Park, Vacant Lot.
Oh, wow.
So it's only right that I come back now and return the favor. Mastermind, huh? How does it feel, Rock? I mean, to have the wife, you know, the businesses, to be able to just show people, you know, coming from the music industry and now into the restaurant industry, but also still being in Harlem where you're from. You know, speak a little bit on, you know, what it's like now stepping into the new lane of being a businessman, entrepreneur.
Well, you know, it's been a journey, you know, from Vacant Lot to Tios.
Okay.
You know, because it's been dark areas where, you know, things was, you know, where I ventured off into other things like recording studios and stuff like of that nature. But when I met Carol, you know, we were already friends. We were friends before we became partners.
Okay.
And she would always be, you know, by herself, and you know, and I would always wonder, like, damn, how does she have such a beautiful place? And I'm born over here, right here, first. So I thought she was crazy when she first came here. I literally thought she was crazy. I said, she's crazy.
Okay.
She don't have it all, because she came in a part of town where, you remember,
Facts.
this is Harlem.
This
It's
is Harlem.
crazy. And I used to look at her and go like, she's crazy. Like she's like this beautiful place, and she's in the middle of Harlem where it's a little rough.
Okay.
You know, and you know, me and Carol got cool. She was always open for conversation with me, and you know, it's a lot of times that guys came in here and they didn't know where they were, and me and her kind of met in weird ways, like where we defended each other in all ways. So,
okay.
you know, so as time went on, we got tight as rice. And this is after Vacant Lot. This is after the record label. And one day I heard she was selling the place, and I was like, hell no. Because now it's my spot. It's like, this is where I come. When I'm down at Barrowine, and a friend of mine said, Carol's selling the place. And I was like, what? So I came over, and she was like, I'm selling the place, but I want you to have the place. And I want you to have my liquor license. I want somebody to take care of this place well, and I know you would do it.
Okay.
And I was overwhelmed because things was rough for me. I was like, this is a perfect opportunity. So she was like, you find somebody and you guys team up and buy the place, and I got you, and I'll let you hold on to my liquor license. So, you know, I brought a few people through. It was interesting because pretty much all of them was trying to cut my throat.
This is part of the journey.
Every one of them was trying to cut my throat. So, you know, a friend or two of mine, at some point, the one that I trusted, said that he was an accountant. He said that, you know, he had some people that was willing to invest. And Carol, every time I ran something past her, she was like, I want this for you. I don't know about them. I don't trust them, because they would always come back when I would leave and proposition her without me.
Okay,
and she did not like that shit.
Backdoor shit.
Yeah.
Backdoor shit. that backdoor shit. You know, I was already going through a bunch of shit.
You know
So it was like the backdoor shit was serious.
Okay.
And the accounting guy, he realized that Carol wasn't going for it, because he came with every sexy proposition that he could come with, and she was like, "No, where's Rock?
Okay.
Where's Rock?" And that made me like you know, because I was always thinking I'm gonna get washed away in this situation, because my funds wasn't there like that
At the moment. Okay.
So she had told me, she was like, "I'm gonna work with you regardless, and I'm gonna stay with you. But I don't want these other guys, because they don't have you in their best interest." So I stayed, and I was like, you know, she's like, "I want you to do everything you said you were going to do to the place, but I want you to do it, and I'm going to help you out. I'm going to get you a loan, but I'm going to stay with you until you get your things together.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you how to do this." So it was just me, no accountant, nobody else to help me with certain things. She stayed. So
Got on your journey.
I got on my journey. I got kicked out of wherever I was at. And I came here and was like, "Carol, I don't have nowhere to stay." She was like, "Well, you'll find somewhere in here to stay, because we are going to be partners." And we were still friends, good friends. And I stayed, and so I went to the basement. I said, "Carol, could I, you know, I can find some space down there and fix it up and make it right for me." So she said, "Whatever you want to do, go." So I actually slept in the basement
For 6 months.
for 5
I
or
think.
6 months.
Yeah.
But I started building, started doing everything,
He was working.
and I was working, and it was fun. It was
Don't stop, because most people don't understand in your story and life. People just think, you know, now that you're here and you're doing stuff, it just comes like that. And I hope you know that this is a great story for people to know that there are dark days, there are downtowns,
Absolutely.
but the story will get better.
And I came here today, I was like, you know how guys want to tell some like Jay-Z story, like I've been getting money since '88. It's true, I've been getting money since '88, but I fell off a bunch of times. So I was at a point where I had a few dollars, but I didn't have enough to buy this place.
Okay.
And Kat was like, "No, don't worry about it." It was like God sent her, because it was like, my heart every day was like on 10, like, am I gonna lose this opportunity? Is she gonna wake up and say, "You know what, I don't wanna do this"? And your friends that you're bringing as investors, they're full of crap. She was like focused on me, like, "No, you're gonna do it, you're gonna do it." And I'm like, "Well, why is she so straight up with me like this and holding?" She said, "Because I know what you're capable of, because I watched you for years. And I watched the things you do, the block parties, the record labels. I've heard stories about you, and I want you to bring your power back. And I'm pretty sure when I leave, you're gonna have lines all around the corner." I mean, which I did after I did it. But she never left. She stayed with me, and I turned it up. I restructured everything, and Carol decided at the end of the day she was going to stay a lot longer. Like, "I'm going to stay with you, because the people that I brought in with me, she wasn't comfortable with. She was like, if I don't stay with you, you're gonna lose everything. You're gonna crash." And she was right, because I've lost things before, and I didn't pay attention to my surroundings. I was always just, you know me, I'm get money, throw it up, and you can't always be good spirit, and you know, you think you're doing all the right things, but she knew that good heart is gonna get you in a lot of trouble.
It would not last in business, right?
So she seen that the place turned up. We were making a lot of money. And I'm still in the basement. But I got comfortable in the basement. She had to tell me, hey, it's beautiful upstairs. Like, come out of there. Like,
It's beautiful
you
upstairs.
can't
You
be
can
in the
come up.
basement. And, it's feel good to tell a story because I know some people, they seen that Carol is a rich white woman. And she's Latino.
Which I'm not
We
white.
grew up with what a white woman is.
I get what you're saying.
We grew up next to the Latinos.
That's how they would see it.
Yes, but we grew
The
up
uneducated.
We grew up with the Latinos next door.
Exactly.
And we were all on the same same
That's right,
court.
same
We were
way.
all same shit.
As you can see, it's obviously
Right.
been working for
Right.
the better.
Right. So we struggled. We was like it was
Yeah, we
times with
did.
no money, but then God, we prayed, stayed praying, and you know how God do. He'll come. And it just was
Blindsided.
Did you see it? It was It was triple parked. It was big money every day. And we would like twiddling our thumbs like, when is this gonna happen?
You're right.
We knew everything was fixed up properly, but we knew that the crowd had to come. We had to make some money because it's after COVID. And everybody's, that spirit, after COVID, everybody was spiritually ripped
We're all
apart.
down. Yeah, business owners,
So,
we were like,
We were like, you know what? Hopefully this thing turns. So the gazebos, what are they called? The things that they
Yeah.
build outside.
Outside, okay.
I felt like, I said, Carol, these things are depressing. People tired of the 6 feet distancing, the mask. It was crazy. It was scary. It was crazy. And I'm like, yo, we got to change that energy because people are not with that. So I tore everything down. I'm going to show you some pictures of it before I tore it down. But I said, Carol, we got to tear this down and open up.
New vibe.
And
Yeah,
that's the
new
same
vibe.
thing before, I bought the Tios downtown. It was covered up. And it was a good friend of mine. His name was Willie Falcone, great friend of Carol's for years, which became a great friend of mine. But he seen what I did with the place and he said, I want to sell you my place downtown. And me and Carol was like, okay. But I went and did the same thing. I opened that because COVID could knock the spirit out of you, and COVID could also put the strength in you.
That's right.
To become way better than actually you
Depending
was.
on where your alignment as an individual, you said
Yes.
the words right there. It could knock you out or it could
It
strengthen
could
you.
strengthen you, and it strengthened me because everybody else was knocked out the box. So Carol let me rock, and I just put my twist to things, and then we killed it. We killed shit.
As you're looking at building and franchising, I'm just curious, right? You now can see the flow and how New York City is. The vibe. I'm quite sure now, the way that you guys have built things, you're looking from the elegance of things. You want the vibe of Harlem to see what you guys are bringing out, what you guys are
Right.
giving them. I'm noticing if I'm hearing right, that's what's coming along within the landscape. Me and you had a long
Right.
conversation about music, certain type
Right.
of DJ, certain type of vibe to make sure, because you are here from Harlem, people are attracted to y'all and y'all energy. So, there's a certain type of structure. When it comes back to how you want Harlem to be able to view the Tios, what message are you sending through the restaurant?
I'm sending, we both are sending like love, loyalty, because it took a lot for us to stand. We've been running for 3 years straight, like working, like no breaks. And we had to get each other. Cause that's the part you gotta get each other. You gotta want
was
this.
a journey too.
That's a journey too.
Within itself.
Because at first I was like, Carol's she's more of a workaholic than me. But I'm a workaholic. But I'm like, you do know we take breaks sometimes. And she was like, what? Okay, breaks? What? What you mean break? And I was
What are
like,
we
no.
talking about
And
here?
we would argue about, you do know that's human. And at first we was like, Carol, this is wrong.
We were on
And
Bravo
then
time.
I started to accept it. Right. It was like, no, we got to at least go to, everybody that knows me knows his trip to Atlantic City that meant so much to him, means so much to him. I couldn't even get that off. I was like, Carol, But everywhere we live is beautiful. We got real estate companies, we got shit. So it's like we made up for that with the places we live in.
Well, actually, he did it.
I
He's a
did
builder
it.
by nature.
Yeah.
So he changed everything around.
Yeah. Every condo we have,
Change everything
I rebuilt everything and just made it to where I could live without going on a vacation.
When you look at the elegance of the places that you guys are building and the people that I be seeing here, that's the kind of structure. So with me having the opportunity to be able to speak to the owners, I would love to hear like some of you guys' visions and goals for, just the atmosphere that you're trying to attract, and more so, what are you trying to like make sure that they know you want to be here that's for them?
Right. What we have done here, we name ourselves the American Dream. That's what we do. The American Dream.
If you don't mind me giving both of y'all 5 for that. If y'all don't mind,
That's our name.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's our
That's
name.
what I'm talking. I like that.
We are
the American Dream.
We are the American
Yeah.
Dream.
Make sure you see it live too. It's not what you want it to be. Make sure you see it live.
Right. So we name ourselves the American Dream. Why? Because he's from here. I'm not from here. We Tios to us is diversity.
Okay.
And Tios is also pursuing your dreams. So that's the message that I could say we wanted to bring now. Like, he is from this corner. I'm all the way from somewhere far away from here, all the way in Chile. And we meet in the middle and we make something happen.
So again, if people really is watching, you guys are the leadership of what love is in America. If they paying attention, I'm paying attention, y'all.
Okay.
This is what it really could look like when you learn how to get together, build with each other. You get what I'm saying? Coming from nothing, it didn't matter if it was from another country or from even right here. Look at what you can create. See, this is what I don't want people to miss on my platform. That I have access to everyday people that got over humps, that's still dreaming and chasing. That gives life and hope to the next young kid to do the same.
Absolutely.
Even though you don't do interviews, right? But after this and being able to see and hear yourself, a kid now knows not to be scared that he was sleeping in a basement.
Absolutely.
He now get to hear you have let that out to where he don't have to feel that it was that worse where no one would know. He's scared now to say it. He now knows someone else had it worse. And look at what they've become. Right. That's how we're supposed to be using these platforms. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've been a CEO of a record label to know that's not the end of the world, the end of the road. I've been in the streets, I've been big time. Everybody knows that. But I changed my life. I've changed my life, and I wanted to do something the hard way. Believe it or not, the music industry is very easy to me. I can go back and dominate that. But the streets, like if you know me, like it's easy to me, like all that stuff, and it's like, but it's easy to die too. That's true. It's easy to get yourself in a world of trouble too. And if you get into worlds of trouble, you realize like, I could have been anything. I could have been a doctor, a lawyer, entrepreneur. But yes, and you got to take the back seat sometimes. Don't be scared to lose your Rolls Royce, lose your Benz, lose your stuff, and start all over. And do something the right way. Because sometimes people think that people only can see you in certain eyes, like, oh, he got the big Rolls Royce or he got the big Benz outside. But people can see you work and respect you even more than seeing you do something illegal and really know that you might not even make it out of that situation. So it feels good to be 100% legit, but I'm 100% with God. Anybody knows me, they know I'm on God time and know that it's a whole different road. You don't have to go that street road. It's actually corny now to be in the street, but if you have to do what you have to do to get what you have to get, I'm not knocking anybody, but at the end of the day, when you get things together enough that you can say, hey, I want to step away from this nonsense, this evil, you do it the first chance you get and try what you know you wanted to do. That's something that's legit and safe. So you can raise your kids, or you can take care of your family. Not something that you're gonna be having your family carrying you with how many is it? 12 to a casket.
Yeah, 12 caskets.
Yes, six to,
I know what you're saying.
Yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that, because at the end of the day, once you're dead, people will forget you. You'll be a super drug dealer for about a good 6 months, and they will forget you. Even if you just went to jail. As soon as you go to jail, after 2 months, you're not hot anymore. Nobody's sending you shit or doing that. So you gotta make life make sense and stay in a world that's safe, and stay with God.
In other words, you're telling people to start looking in the mirror and start seeing your purpose.
And get into God.
You know what I mean? You found
not perfect. You ain't gotta be perfect, but
purpose,
yes.
Meaning that you see your purpose. You didn't allow your purpose and chasing life to just stay on the corner, to just stay in the street, to just stay in music producing. That's why it's important to speak to people like you, to show that there is a better way. There is another way to go pro. This is what I'm trying to show people. It's not, the word pro don't mean just basketball. It don't mean just rap. It means professional. You get what I'm trying to say?
The crazy thing is, my partner, like back in the days in the music industry, was Dame Grease. And I always thought that I would just be a great CEO and stay in music. But then as time went on, I was like, I could be good at anything I do. And I told Grease, I was like, one time Grease said, Rocky, I might not be this years from now, and I might be, he said something crazy, and I was like, nah, Grease, you can't end up being that. He said, no, I could end up being some type of technician, something. Okay. And I was like, why would you want to be that? You're a great producer. But he said, you never know where life takes you. And I heard him on that, because I always felt that you should be good with who you are. But then I realized, like, you know what? I'm gonna be great at whatever I do, and it's different things. If this door don't seem like it's pushing open, I'm gonna go push another door open. And I'm the type of guy that'll start all over. I don't care. I'll get rid of the Benzes, everything. I'll lose it all, and don't mind starting all over, going in the basement and saying, let me try. And like I said, people who know me know this is a true story. It ain't no fake shit. It's like, he did that.
This is the American dream. See what I'm saying? It's all falling in place of the American dream, man.
That's what we're doing.
Examples of what it's like when you continue to go to work. And that's what I want to show people, man. I want to show people, that there are people that you could come and talk to and be able to learn how to continue going in life. We've all had dreams and aspirations for one thing. I play basketball. Look at me now. I'm doing podcasting. I'm doing financial literacy. So, even though someone may see you through their lenses, you have to find yourself through your own lenses. And again, like he said, tap in with God. God will help you learn a lot about yourself. Get right with God and watch God get you right. You heard? Remember that saying, get right with God and watch God get you right. But before we get to the end, please let them know where they can find all the Tio franchises. Let them know what's coming up next that you may want them to know about. And please, where can they follow you at as well?
You want to do this? I want to do it? Okay.
Let's give them the locations first.
We're going to have Tios Beverage right now it's right now at both locations.
Okay.
119th and St. Nicholas, 185 West 119th Street and St. Nicholas Avenue. And then we're here, 421 131st Street and Lenox Avenue. You can order the cases and everything. We're on Tios Beverages, LLC. And we're also having a grand opening here on the 4th of April, which will be the beverage launch party. So we will be delivering after that. We will be delivering wherever you at.
We're gonna take it to you.
Yes.
They coming to you.
Yes.
They outside. Tios. We in Harlem, baby. We showing you how Harlem sticks together. This is what we supposed to do. Again, I sat down with the owners, Carol, my man Rock, the American Dream Team. You heard? It's your boy Butta. I'm outside.
But I got you.
About the streets.
Yeah, this one's for the streets first. Stripes like a referee shirt. This one's for the streets first. Tell mama this the rebirth. Say I need church. I talk dirty. All my hands and my feet work. Teamwork. Put in pain, but gotta bring it to the streets first though.